Hello man, this is a tutorial on how to make a fairly decent coaster easily. We're not going to go too much into detail, we're just going to do what those stupid ads say, one simple trick that pisses off real life coaster makers. We're just going to follow that. So let's just do this one. So what we're going to do when we're making this thing is we are literally just going to start the test, and we are in sandbox right now, so we can afford to launch as many of these things off as possible. And then we're going to go to heat map, and then we are exclusively going to look at fear. First of all, we'll raise this thing and we'll set the speed up. The speed being high is fairly important. We're not going to make this coaster very high. Is it tall? My English fails me. Okay, so like this. And so you can see the fear is very low. And fear is a weird stat. As you can see over here, it needs to be in the middle. If it's too high, it'll negate any excitement. So if people are very excited going up this, and they are at the same time very scared, the excitement will not be counted. The reason I'm sending this thing to its death constantly is that we want to keep fear in the middle, and fear, in my opinion, is the hardest one of the three stats to keep how you want it. You can see there. Here we have some green going on. It starts going green. This, sadly, this part where it winds up, it's not entirely unavoidable, but so far, half our ride is boring. So we're going to get very, very average stats here. But let's spin this around and see if we can keep it green. See, it starts getting red here. It's because it's a long flat stretch. They don't like long flat stretches. So we go back here. And we are going to... They like ups and downs for the old fear. So we're going to make it go up again. There we go. And we're going to twist it here. And we're going to bank it slightly to make sure that they don't get too nauseous. That should give us a fairly good green curve. Yes, okay. And we're going to lower this slightly. We're going to build these one at a time because we want to make sure that all of a sudden people don't get scared. Fear is usually a fairly good indicator of whether or not the people are also excited. We can quickly go over here and look at excitement. See, it's pretty good with the fear in the middle here. It starts to drop off right there. So that thing is actually slightly too long. So we're going to make this a little shorter. And then we're going to start going down. We're going to undo the banking very slowly. Right, so we don't really need to undo the banking. Go and make it go this way. We're still in green, which means that our excitement is likely also still good. Make it go over this thing. We're still good. I want to make it go under here. I have had a weird bug sometimes, because I like to... let's make it go over there a little bit. Longer and straighter they go, the more they lose excitement usually. Yeah, I've had a weird bug that sometimes when I have it loop under the scaffolding, they just become scared for no reason. It doesn't matter if it's flat or anything like that, just going under these bars will make them scared for some odd reason, and I have no idea why. Okay, here we go, and we need to try and connect this again because we are pretty much done demonstrating what we wanted to demonstrate. See, now they get scared again. This is because this turn is too sharp. So we go over here and we turn it a little. Like that. And they get scared again. So we turn it a little again. Yeah. Sharp turns and sudden drops. They don't like that. But they also do like that. Fear is that thing where you need to be a little scared. Otherwise it's not fun. I think it's coming at the banking that might Might scare them a little here. How's this? That's better. The problem with this is you sort of... That's going to scare them, yes. The problem with this is you sort of got to try and figure out what you want to use the coaster for. Is it going to be a coaster that has good stats but looks boring? Or is it going to be some sort of coaster you want to put a first-person video on YouTube of a guy riding? Okay, so one thing you can do, if this is to do with speed and not the turn here, that they're getting scared, you can make it go up slightly, because that reduces speed. That also reduces excitement if it gets too slow. Yeah, that helped a little bit. Still getting a little scared, so we're gonna lower it a little bit and see if it has to do with the turn and not the speed. It had to do with the speed, so we're actually gonna raise it a little bit. This is a bit fiddly, I apologize. There we go. Let's get down all the way. Yep, green again. I am tempted to autocomplete because I'm fiddling with this longer than I intended for this video. And this is by no means an interesting coaster. This is just me looking at the green and wanting to keep it green. It's likely not going to look good, but I think from... my guess is, if I can keep this green all the way to the end, we're going to end up... Oops. See, it's starting to get red here. We're going to end up with about 7 in excitement, which is decent. God damn it, sometimes selecting these makes me angry. There. Build. Okay, there we go. This is going to slow it significantly, but I need to see... I just removed the station, didn't I? What a mong. Okay, so... God damn it. I'm glad this has an undo button. Sorry about that. Fucking... Oh, this is embarrassing. There we go. I did it again! Stay calm. Stay calm. I'm going to spin the camera now so I can't click through it. See, here we come. Okay, green. That's good. Go down. The problem is we're swinging around too much. Ah! Oh. This is going to be a mess. Autocomplete. Yeah, that's got too many turns. They're going to get scared. No, that was actually okay. Okay, so now we're going to... Yeah, 6.5. We got good. Fear's good. 5 is about as good as you can get it. This we could make a little better, but the nausea is decent. Yeah, so you have a coaster now, and it's decent. And we exclusively looked at fear. What you can do now then, to squeeze a little bit extra out of it, is you can go to excitement and you can go, okay, so some of these bits are pretty boring. And the reason they're boring is because, well, first of all, going up here is very slow, so that's not exciting at all. Noise is actually decent, except in the bit we auto-completed. Yeah, so the way you can avoid this is you can actually go in and fiddle a little more here. So this is boring. We need to make the same curve. Actually, let's put that back. We need to make the same curve here, but we need to make a little upsy-downsy thing. So like this. This is likely to cause fear. There we go. More exciting. Yeah, there's a little bit of fear there now. You can see they don't like being tossed around too much. But you can oftentimes... Let's go past the bit where it's green. Smooth all a little bit. And sometimes that removes some of it. I mean, 7.22 is pretty good. Of course, give it... Yeah, there we go. 7.12. But we got fear back down and nausea back down. And then you just go over everything here with the excitement and try to add a little bit of up and down just to see if you can make it work fairly better. I did another one. Where is it? It's over here. I'm doing some stuff with it. This is, I think, no, it's this one over here. This one, what's the stats on this one? I forget. Yeah, 8 point something, 8 point something, 8 point something. See, I got it green in excitement almost all the way through. It's got a little dip here. But because this is a turn, I had trouble getting the fear down unless I made it like this, which means that the coaster goes fairly slowly there. Fear, also fairly green. This is the newest one I made. Yeah. 8 point thingy, 8 point thingy, 8 point thingy. This is pretty much, this is the exact same thing. You see, this thing goes up and down, up and down, up and down a lot more. Yeah, I could adjust the other one over here to do the same thing, to make the excitement go up by another point. But it takes a little while, and I don't want to make this video too long. But you probably get the idea of how to do this now. So thank you for watching, and I hope it was helpful. I mean, there's a lot of these videos that talk about G's and lateral G's and how many gravities that is. And the thing about Planet Coaster is the way stuff is calculated, it's not really that relevant. There's some really good famous coasters from the real world that everyone that know about coasters think are pretty good, but they get terrible scores in this because the way the game grades it is a bit strange. And it's more important to understand how the game grades it than it is to understand the science behind real coasters. It's a bit of a shame, really, because it would be nice, but having things like good all round, but there's no way for the game to calculate if something actually looks good or not, especially with scenery and stuff like that. It just calculates how many of the things are in the vicinity and then go, okay, these have this and this beauty value, let's add this to the scenery, boom. In the same way, it's difficult for the game to calculate what's actually fun, especially when the guests aren't very varied at all with what they like. I mean, some people like being scared shitless in real life. Some people don't want to be scared at all. But in this, it has to be in the middle for everyone. Otherwise, the ride is bad. And that's a bit of a shame. But yeah, thank you for watching, and GN.